Now, the next two characters died, but this is the original party, right?
Of course.
We had a gnome rogue. You want to know what his name was?
Sure.
Gnome.
Very inspired.
You want to know what he would do every time he stabbed somebody?
You just got knifed.
No. He said, Gnome! Had that little trill in his voice and everything. Man, this Weezing's kicking my ass right now.
Yeah, Weezing's a really deceptively strong Pokemon, man.
There's a mouse on my screen that nobody saw, right?
I mean, I didn't see it on my side, but I don't think I can.
Fair. But, yeah, and then the final one, I forget his, damn it, I forget his name. I hate this. And he's the only one whose name I forget.
Oof.
But he was a Dragonborn sorcerer.
Oh.
Yeah.
You said Dragonborn, next thing I was ready to hear was Paladin.
Hey, it could be worse. He could have been a Dragonborn fighter.
True.
That was my first D&D character.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 4th edition.
Oh, wow. The olden days.
The olden days. I need to Pechaberry or JS Pimbo.
Wow.
Anyway,
How you just gonna call our Himbo a Pimbo?
he's not a himbo. He wishes he could be a himbo. Himbos are a dying breed.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, in order to give everybody like their own like little flavor for their first D&D game, right? Me and my brother, we were co-DMing, and we basically decided to give everybody their own custom magic item.
As one does.
Yeah, because we're fucking freaks and idiots. Don't question us.
No. I'm in the boat with you.
And so the half-elf bard, he got a gun.
First thought, holy shit, is that a Glock? Second thought, what the fuck is a Glock?
So his gun was called the Spell Slinger, right? And
course.
its whole shtick was that it could fire off magic bullets.
Of course.
Wait, what the hell is this puzzle? Okay, 1, 2, and then I fucked it up. I'm a genius. Okay, so I need to push this one to the left. So yeah, he basically got a gun that could do different kinds of damage, like depending on what he loaded into the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was basically it. That's his magic item. Our we got the idea to give everybody a magic item after our barbarians player said, I basically want to be Kratos. And so he decided to give him the Leviathan axe.
Because why wouldn't you?
So it was a frost axe that had returning on it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sorry, I had to take a drink.
It's all good.
And it had returning on it. I think we gave it some other special properties, like as it leveled up, because these magic items grew with the players.
Of course.
Brother Bacon got a championship belt that gave him different attributes. Like a gem that gives him the strength of a fire giant.
Classic.
Because we're classy motherfuckers here, don't you know? Oh, hello. TM26 Earthquake! Perfect for my Groudon.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
To kind of finish up my set of magic items, because I've got 2 more players. God help me, I have 6 players. That's fine.
I thought you were done.
No, I had 2 more to go through. And these last 2 are the ones that I've kind of finished most recently. I hesitate to actually say finished, because they're still, like, formulating exactly, but I mostly know what I want them to do. The sold his memories for power warlock has recently lost his arm and been given a demon arm. It summons demons.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm gonna have it grow a little bit. Right now it's sitting at a 5 charge item. I'm gonna make it 8 charges when we get closer to the end. And for various amounts of charges, I'm letting him cast spells he wouldn't normally have. Namely, summon lesser demon, summon greater demon, and summon fiend.
God, Maxie's fucking face.
Yeah, you know, just a face of a man hell-bent on a mission. Get it? Because he's magma leader? Hell? I'm so fun.
I hate you.
But yeah, demon arm for the warlock. And for the last party member, this is the one that is by and far the most rough and not technically complete one. For the human bard, I've decided that taking their backstory into account, they're like 1/32nd Fae. And part of their backstory is that their more magical powers were awoken when they encountered some Fae.
Okay.
I'm playing that their magic item is related to that. It's technically not an item, it's their voice.
Oh.
They've started, like, miscasting spells. Like, at one point, they were training up in attic training dojo that was once just storage for the manor that they've been given.
Yeah.
And instead of casting Thunderclap, they cast Fear, a spell they physically cannot cast yet.
Okay.
More recently, they tried to use Crown of Madness, and instead cast Enemies Abound.
Okay.
And every time I've had Enemies Abound cast, I've thrown in a bit of illusory effect also to sell it more. The very first time, they were facing off against an orc, and he used the spell on one of the party members. Said party member blinked, and instead of being surrounded by their party facing down one orc, they were surrounded by like 7 orcs. You know, just to further sell that you can't tell who's who exactly.
This is fine.
Well, the poor NPC that they used Crown of Madness on.
Oh no.
Long story short, I broke them mentally.
Oh no.
I gave him a check or two. I gave him opportunities to not completely freak out. Instead, he broke. And the warlock, who for this entire chapter of the module has been split off from the party, was working with said NPC to try and ruin what the rest of the party was doing. NPC was already going to do this regardless, but the players made it a lot easier for that to happen.
Okay.
And in seeing what happened after the fact of the party coming and shattering his mind in half, through Voice of the Fiend, I gave that player an option. He's not worth anything in this world, but if you sacrifice him to me, I may give you some benefit for it. And that's how the warlock had their arm ripped off by demons.
Well then.
Except they took no damage. It didn't hurt. When the arm was ripped off, black tendrils came out instead and reformed into a new arm. And now that player can summon demons.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So I used one player's magic item to give another player their magic item.
No. Marine, no!
This poor
You're
pirate.
supposed.
You were the chosen one!
Of course, Maxie decided to use fucking yawn. The bitch-ass
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna sling you.
But yeah, the Bard, I haven't figured out entirely yet what I want it to do, but I want it to be a sense of, like, calling on their ancestors' power. And, like, through a combination of these miscasts and some dreams, I'm trying to help them understand that it's not them doing it, but it's kind of them doing it. Because
Okay.
every time it's happened, it's been for a reason that has ended up protecting them.
Oh my god, fuck off with yawn.
Because the way I decided to do that sparring session was they make me an initiative roll, they make me an attack roll of their choice, a spell, just a swing of the sword, something, and they make me a dexterity saving throw. So they get how active they are, how good they are on offense, and how good they are on defense.
Okay.
With how they had rolled, I had considered for a moment making the Bard get actually hurt from it, because the Blood Hunter, who's the one that asked for the sparring to keep up to snuff and in shape and shit, and was generally sparring against every party member, rolled so well for it. Their rolls weren't bad per se, but I considered throwing in some damage. Then I reconsidered, because what if, as that's going to happen, neither of them can really tell, the ancestral voice speaks up and stops the fight through fear. And in this case, what the player was wanting to do with that Crown of Madness, I decided wouldn't be enough in the end to make said NPC not try something again. So in typical Fae fashion, they're like, nah fam, I got you. This'll make them not want to do anything anymore. And scared him to death, almost. You know,
Oh, God.
typical Fae fashion.
You just reminded me of something that happened last night in the D&D session.
That's all the items, so you can go on now if you want.
Fucking last night, I was trying. My party was being assailed by some brigands, to say the least. And we were inside of a city, right? And we were trying to get our rudimentary car to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask why you have a rudimentary car in what might as well be fucking 1400s China. And basically they started assaulting us, or trying to. And so one of them fell off of a building because they were on top of buildings throwing spell orbs at us.
Of course, as one would do, logically.
You know, trying to get our car to stop and trying to kill us. And basically, one of them fell off the building, but they were alive. So I walk over there, and I scream out, "Who the hell do you work for?" And I rolled a 29 on intimidation. I have a plus 10 to intimidation.
Oh, that's a 19 then. God damn, man. What'd you do to him?
I struck the frightened status in him.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have time to react because, you know, basically at that point he was about to run away. So our dwarf artificer shot him and killed him with a concussion gun.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of being afraid.
Well,
you want to know what my class is?
yeah, sure.
I'm a stand user.
Of course you are, you nerd.
Shut
you
up.
Weeb. You
Shut
total
up.
JoJo simp.
I am not a JoJo simp. I will transform this planet into a land ideal for humanity. Didn't you want this to be... Oh, fuck. Didn't he want the fucking land to be for Porkymans?
No.
Archie,
Maybe that was the initial.
Archie, you can't bitch about wanting to control an ancient Pokemon when you want to control an ancient Pokemon. Shut the hell up.
I think he's been scared out of it at this point.